am Fletcher Brown with another artist video blog here at Kicks96Country.com. We appreciate you guys joining us for all of these visits that we get from great artists from all over the United States that pass through Nashville and on their way to country music success and stardom. And they come and visit us here in our little backyard in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Please welcome for the very first time at Kicks 96, Luke Kelley. How are you, Luke?
I'm great, man. Thanks for having me, Fletch.
Luke, we were just sitting here. We were just talking about like music and our lived experiences, things like that, and just the kind of music that we like. We both really enjoy the blues, but you play country. But being from a little town in East Texas, I mean, I don't think there's more than about 4,000 or 5,000 people from the town you're from.
5 tops.
Really?
Yeah, we just got our super Walmart not too long ago, man. Come on, we're moving up.
5,000 people. That's country living, man.
It is.
I mean, am I wrong? I mean, that's seriously. My mother's from a town,
and we were like 15 minutes from town, so there was even less people where we are.
Really? Okay, so then now I'm not that familiar with East Texas. Okay, so talk to us a little bit about where you grew up and what life was like. Coming up in a town that small.
Okay, so I grew up in a town called Center, Texas. We're right in the little nook there of East Texas. We're an hour away from Bossier City, Louisiana.
Okay.
Right. So 30 minutes from, if you're a college football guy, Lumberjacks, SFA Lumberjacks, 30 minutes from Nacogdoches.
Oh,
and, I graduated from a little town called Chevyville, Texas, man. My graduating class was like 25 people.
Wow. 20, what? 25 people?
They had a convenience store and a post office, but now they have a Dollar General. So
there were more than 25 kids in my English class, much less.
It was the whole graduating class, man. Yeah.
All right. So then you come to country music, obviously East Texas, a little town. Country music's just got to be. You would imagine that in a setting like that, that's going to be predominantly what most people are listening to, right?
Man, everybody loved country, but I grew up on rock and roll.
Okay.
So whenever I first started getting into music, I was a Kid Rock, Limp Bizkit, Korn. That's what I grew up listening to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I followed that circuit for years, and man, it wasn't but 2 or 3 years ago where I made the switch, man.
But the thing is, it's like if you talk to country music artists, young and old, it doesn't really matter. Almost all of them that I've encountered anyway have at least a little bit of like a rock influence, as far as like their youth, their younger years. If you get some of the older set, you actually might find some who are heavily blues influenced. Like Hank Williams obviously was very influenced by the blues.
Every day after school, my grandpa would pick me up and Hank Senior playing every day. So I went from that, and then whenever I get in with my dad, it'd be 80s rock.
Really?
So yeah, that's what it was.
See, now for me growing up, it was like, I grew up in the 80s, and so all of my friends were listening to like Run DMC and LL Cool J and people like that, like a Motley Crue, what have you. My mother, although being the country girl that she is and huge country fan that she is, I'd get out of the car and it'd be like Merle Haggard, let's chase each other around the room tonight. But that's what I would get dropped off, to that kind of stuff. So I'm not saying that that's bad, but that was my experience. Music has obviously played a big role in your life. But when exactly did you decide that music was, specifically country music, was your destiny, was where you wanted to go?
Oh man, probably about 2 or 3 years ago. I decided I wanted to come to Nashville and go do the big studio thing, record just a song I wrote, and I recorded 2 different genre songs, right? And I was like, I feel most comfortable playing either this or this. So I recorded both. And man, I pitched them both, and that no, everybody latched on to the country idea. They were like, for your voice and your sound or whatever, we really feel like this best suits you. And I was like, man, my whole life I never thought I'd hear that I should be a country singer, because I'm like a metalhead, you know what I mean?
Oh, I get it. Trust me. I mean, Metallica is one of my favorite bands ever. Trust me, I get it.
Right. But and then the more I thought about it, man, I have, good Lord's let me live through some crazy stuff. So I've got some good stories. right? So, and there's no better genre of music to tell your stories than country
I mean,
music.
country music is like it's the storytelling genre.
Right,
Right.
right. So I fully committed and made the swap.
All right. Now you said it's only been like about 2 years or so.
Yeah.
All right. So now prior to that, I mean, like you living in East Texas, you're married, and
Married,
you and the
kids.
wife, and you got a business, right?
Right.
So
I'm an electrical contractor in the state of Texas, and I still got my business going there. I got family running it for me while I do this, and I moved to Tennessee like 1st of January, and just for giggles, I just went in and got my electrical license while I was there.
Wow.
So if I get bored, I can go do some electric work there in Tennessee, man.
So it's like it's your own shows. If there's an electrical problem, you can fix it.
Yeah, sure.
It's nice to have, secondary set of skills, I think. All right. So let's talk about Luke Kelley's music. Let's talk about the single, Live While You Got a Chance.
Right.
All right. So is that a song that you wrote, or is it one that maybe a Nashville songwriter said, here, try this?
So me and my buddy Ben Calhoun, we wrote the song.
Okay.
Right. So I pitched the idea, and then we met up in the studio, brainstormed, made a couple last minute changes in recording that were, man, they just added so much to the song. And because all the songs that I write come from right here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I'll get with my buddy Ben, because man, he's just got such an ear, and he's such a big help in putting these together, the way I hear them in my head, So, but yeah, this song here, I mean, if I could summarize it into one phrase, it'd be, don't take the blessings that God gave you for granted, right? Because, my grandma practically raised me, and she's passed now, but man, it's just, don't take for granted that phone call, or that after church dinner you might have, or, swinging by and, seeing a friend or whatever it might be, because there's going to come a day where that'll stop.
This song is going to break a lot of hearts, isn't it? It's going to make a lot of people, get that kind of soft in the eyes and pick up the phone, call mama. It's going to be one of those.
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be. I that's why, we really wanted to get this song out there, man, so people could just hear these words and really connect, man, let it resonate. So, you just make that call, man. You make the call this week,
Yeah.
you make the visit this week.
All right. Now I've heard the song, but you need to hear it. It's really good. Luke's done a fabulous job with his first single out the gate, and hopefully we'll have more from Luke, and we'll get a repeat visit. We'll have him come back and tell us how things are down there in East Texas, while he's writing songs that break our hearts, because that's, I think, good country music breaks your heart, but in a good way.
Well, I just left the studio last week, and the next two coming down the pipe, all I can say is you better have a box of Kleenex ready.
So do you prefer the tear jerkers? Is that what you're saying?
Man, it's kind of like a 50-50 thing, because, these are like my testimonies, man, my stories, and like a lot of it was just, woo, and then some of it was, pretty depressing.
Okay.
So
I get it.
We're going to have some knee slappers and some tear jerkers, man.
As it should be. All right. So if folks are really interested in Luke Kelley and your story, where can folks find you on the internet to hear more or read more about it?
Luke Kelley Music, Insta, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Singles out now on YouTube. We shot the video right there in Franklin at Dark Horse Studios. Awesome behind the scenes look to kind of see what actually goes into a song. All the people in the room that do their parts and help and just make it all come together. And we shot it in black and white, and it looks pretty cool, man.
Live While You Got the Chance. That's the single. Make sure you call us at Kicks 96. We will be happy to play it for you. Look elsewhere here on our YouTube channel in our video blog section. You'll find a live performance from Luke. We'll get him to put his guitar on and play a song for us. And if you want to find him, look for him, LukeKelleyMusic.com. Look for him on Instagram, Facebook, and all the socials. Luke, thanks for popping him in to visit, man.
Man, thank you for having me, Fletch. It's been an honor, man.
Absolutely. Hopefully we can get him back here. You stay tuned, because we'll have more in our artist video blogs for 2023 right here, Kicks96Country.com.
Make time with your grandma last. Thank God for what you have, and live while you got the chance.